Interjection here from Nation Warriors with 1v1 commentary number 20 something. This is an OBS game between Azamk and the best of the best. Obviously it's a 1v1. This is OBS maps, WOBs. So it'll just be player 1 versus player 2. We've got these other 4 people watching, myself included. It'll spawn a 1v1 map. And it'll say, I've abandoned my colony. So we can't really see much at the moment, just the mini-map. So we can see by the looks of the hunt so far, Blue, who is Azamk, right over here. Not very many hunts, herds. It's a pronghorn herd, not too far. A very small one in the trees, it's not great. And another pronghorn. So no bison herds at all. That could be problematic since deer are very difficult to herd. Obviously, they only take 2 shots to die, whereas your bison takes 3. We'll take a look at Red's hunts, but first, now the game starts, I want to take a look at these crates here. We see 3 food crates and 2 wood crates there, and for the German player, we see 3 food crates and a wood crate. Obviously, no player starting with coin. It's always good. Coin, not really that useful. You might as well ship a crate full of horse shit because you can't really do anything with it until you're in age 2. Unless you intend for hunting dogs. But generally speaking, you get these treasures here. 50 coin. A beaver worth 50 coin. There you go, hunting dogs right there. So with the German player, some German players will go for an early market, but we're not going to see one here. Obviously, only 1 wood crate. For a market, you need obviously a bit of extra wood. It makes it worthwhile getting then obviously 2 wood crates, and you can get a house and a market, and you only need to collect 50 wood for your hunting dogs. But if we went an early market here, it delay his age up too much. It doesn't want to delay it at all, really. British here. A's, obviously, he's going to build his first man, and he's that for population. And as we see here, a few of those settlers were just on wood, but now they've switched back into the town centre, and they've jumped across to collect food again. So I imagine he was just getting a little bit of extra wood in there, just enough for another manor. Or he started with 200 wood, so yeah, there we go. This is the second manor there. I just do the calculations, but if 200 wood, you need to collect a little bit extra wood there. So let's take a look at the treasures so far. Nothing substantial. Obviously, the best of the best just found his 50 coin and 40 coin, and A's has found 30 coin. Obviously, he also got this 30 food treasure, which I'm sure he's seen, but he's not going for that just yet. Obviously, because it's not very much food, and it's you really, to be honest, you want to start moving around looking for the bigger treasures, as we can. Sometimes if you come across maybe the wood treasure, 95 wood, or the ones guarded by the grizzly bears, 120 wood. If you find that early on, that is really useful. Obviously, you want to get that quickly, help that, especially with British. Wood is always going to get you some extra houses, and obviously the houses spawn a settler. Obviously, didn't find those treasures. The best of the best here found 120 wood. Sorry, I missed that. But A's only found Azamk playing as blue. The best of the best playing as red. Found 60 XP. There's not really many treasures on this whole side of the map here, but we'll resume when it's unpaused. I can always edit this out.
Are you ready? Yes.
Okay, but there are a few treasures here. Nothing decent really. 240 XP. Nearly mature coyote puppy, a cur de bois, CBD, probably butchering that word. 60 food over here, that'd be a nice one. And then another nice treasure, 70 coin. It's nice because it's guarded by just the 2 coyotes there. Imagine A's will kind of circle back round to his base. Probably hasn't scouted this side of the map. Obviously, as British, you only get your explorer, so doesn't know these two treasures exist yet, I would imagine. Okay, Red, obviously seen it going for 70 coin. That's nice there. Imagine A's obviously going for the tame puppy there. That's always so an extra scout unit can be quite useful. So it's nice earlier on if it's the first thing you find. Obviously playing as British, I don't know, Ottoman as well. They only get 1 scout. It's nice to get those kind of. But yeah, might come back for this 30 food. So let's take a look over here. Red has gone for that market there. Not aging yet, I'd imagine. Obviously, we'd see some units switch to wood there. We'll probably see that very soon. See A's now more than likely aging, collecting nothing but wood. And that's why this early market has delayed him quite a lot, because I imagine he's still collecting. Here we go, now switching to wood here. So he's only just got the age up in queue. And as you can see the difference there, that market has delayed his age up. Obviously, A's has already had these settlers on wood for a while, so we know he's aging soon. He'll be aging sooner rather than later. Obviously that market delaying a bit. Although the hunting dogs is always nice. Perhaps he's got something lined up. We'll check the decks in a moment. Okay, so we see this market out over here. Quite for the line of sight, I imagine obviously it's next to this coin mine. A's bringing these, just bringing this herd here, and I guess the market's going to give him a nice little bit of line of sight over here. Obviously, he knows his hunts aren't great. He's going to, obviously, this manor, a little bit of line of sight there as well. And obviously, the settler is now next to the hunts. Doesn't need, if he built it in this base, the settler would have to walk all the way from the town center towards this hunt here. But if the settler spawns here, then he can just get to work straight away there. So we saw the A's explorer just there. He was attacking one of the grizzly bears. He might come back when his cracked shot recharges, and then obviously he's going to get that CBD. It's an extra settler, 1.25 settler bonus to your economy. Not bad at all. Pretty good. But yeah, with the house out here, for British that's okay, because no one's going to kill your house, let's be honest. If you kill a British house, then, well, they can just build another house and get another free settler. Obviously, the British can't delete their own houses. Okay, so we see 2 forward settlers. Ace just hit the Colonial Age. Obviously, the German player still aging. We'll see how much slower. I mean, A's at 4:20 there, 4 minutes 20 seconds. We see a forward barracks going up. It's very fairly unusual for British. They're not the most aggressive civ. Obviously, this tower, so he's obviously aged with 200 coin in a tower. Okay, so the German player just aged 400 wood. Very, very, you'd expect that really. 400 wood out of all of their age up bonuses. 400 wood is the most efficient one to get in terms of villager seconds. It would take you, I don't know, 500 food is like the equivalent of about 300 food or no, 300 wood or less. So that wood is much more efficient. It'll take you much longer to gather 400 wood than any of the other age ups. That's because wood is a slower gathering resource. If that wasn't obvious, wood gathers at 0.5 wood per second, food at 0.83 food per second. So over here we see a barracks going up with this outpost. This is a tower rush for German. Obviously, the tower there is to ship he's going to ship 9 crossbowmen to that. There we are, 9 crossbowmen. Don't know why they get 9. I've said that before. Every relative gets 8. And then we also had 2 Alan now coming in. Going to do a little bit of early damage against the British player. Going to remove some of these settlers from the game. Obviously, these manors going up helps him boom quite heavily. So a nice aggressive start is always nice there. That manor denied. That manor's not going up. He can kill that manor, get quite a lot of the wood back. And obviously, it hasn't built, so he's no free settler. Okay, so but A is also some early pressure. Very odd for a British player to do that. I imagine it might have something to do with his awful hunts. Needs to be a bit more aggressive and be able to maintain some map control. So what do we see? So obviously there's now, he shipped 9 crossbowmen. Obviously you get 2 alarm for free because that's the German bonus. And he's trained 5 crossbowmen. Are there any more units? No more units just yet. But the crossbowmen obviously going to do quite well against musketeers and settlers because they're ranged. They do heavy damage. Obviously, Germans don't have musketeers in their barracks. They cannot train them. So we see 2 Alarm coming in for a raid over here next to a Lakota settlement. That's yeah, but to be fair, these settlers will be quite capable. They've got a 10-hand attack. He might lose the 1, but he should. We'll probably see A's go into hand combat there with the settlers, and also these musketeers are scaring them off anyway. So let's take a look. As I was saying though, and obviously crossbowmen will are quite good against musketeers, they're good against settlers, and the pikemen there are to protect the crossbowmen. He'll probably train a few more. He's trained another batch of 5 by the looks of it, and the crossbowmen are good against, we see the town centre, I think it's targeting, yeah, it killed a pikeman there. It's probably going to target another pike. He's going to use it to target the pikeman. No, target a crossbowman there. Obviously he's coming in, denied A's these hunts, running out of hunts here. That's probably why we see an aggressive British start. I think a lot of OBS players, a lot of people who do OBS will just go, no hunts, and then resign, and then we'll try again, get a better map. You know, that's fair enough, but in this case, A's is going to play the game anyway, even though his hunts aren't great. Nice to see that, because obviously waiting around isn't great. Anyway, these on the way back now. A's is obviously his aggression over here is keeping red away. From his town centre, is keeping red on the move. Obviously, he's wasting just time walking around. I think he's playing smart. If Ace is trying to lure him back, I guess that might be one of the functions of the British early start. Also, he's trying to kill settlers as well. We see 2 musks in there, so perhaps Red will, obviously, he's going to get his settlers inside. Over here, I'm not sure if there were any casualties. Yeah, horrible hunts, says Red. To be fair, I think Red's got the better hunts. I don't know why he's complaining.
True,
Obviously, Red is level 35 Lieutenant Colonel. We see these settlers, they're going to get 9 No, they're fine. I think Reds, yeah, the lag, there's some lag, obviously, we've got a few people observing, that's going to give some lag. That may be why these Ulans didn't get quite in there. Might not kill as many settlers, if any. I think he'll kill maybe two. He'll kill two there. There we go, one down. Oh no, just the one. Maybe he saw the musks and thought, I'm getting out of here. Here come the rest of his army, so I imagine now, those... I don't know. Personally, it'd be nice to get the Ulan into hand combat with these musketeers. Obviously, musketeers are good against cavalry, but then once they're in hand combat, the musks can't escape as easily, because any unit in combat, when they're getting attacked in hand mode, will slow down. They can't escape as easily, and then these crossbowmen will be able to target them. Obviously, that situation is now very much over. These hunts all the way over here now, collecting food. Collecting food near the military units, I imagine it's the only explanation for these settlers over here. They're more protected because there's military units over here, but to be entirely honest, it's very odd to see Blue, obviously, send his settlers so far from home. There are, obviously, there's a few hunts here, I guess. No, the only reason I really can think of is it's more protected than near military units. Okay, obviously, Red hunting over here. Okay, after this battle, I'm going to take a quick look at the settler graph. We can see the potential of their economy. Here we are, Red's Minutemen coming out. It's always nice. It's better to use Minutemen, I guess, when your opponent's in your town center. But I guess he really does need them here. He's just ran out of military units. Red's military much stronger. I imagine everything here will just start to retreat. It's not worth fighting Minutemen. They're very strong units, although they do lose hit points quickly. And Minutemen, you don't get any XP for killing them, so it really isn't worth fighting them. That's why you can suicide Minutemen if your town center is going down. It's, you know, they're just so worth it. They're just so worth 150 coin and 150 gold. It's just... Okay, so let's take a look at the settler graph. Okay, we see here, I'm going to look at, this is villager count, I'm going to look at villager population, because settler wagons are 2 settlers. They cost 2 population. So we see very even, blue on 28, red on 27 there. So the economies are quite even. Obviously blue lost a few, because he had a lot of forward settlers over here, and blue's been able, here we go, another one going to go down, perhaps 2. Here we go. By the looks of it, they're going to go into hand combat. Yeah, they've got 10 hand attack on them, so if they can get into hand combat, you know, they can do some nice damage. Obviously, lost 2 more settlers. What are these units doing over here? Might kill that settler there. During his base, A seems to have got one of these musks stuck in the town. Once that happens, it's just a weird glitch. That musketeer's gone. Won't get out of there. It's a shame, really, that the game does that, but hey. Okay, so looks like A's is bringing his settlers now. Obviously, these ones are still there, but he's bringing these ones over here. Still quite a lot of mana's gone up. So I'm not sure what Red's doing. We see a few crossbowmen over here. Looks like a batch of 4 and a batch of 3 from the double racks. Oh yeah, 2 racks is there. 2 barracks is, that is racks. Okay, still raiding. Getting a lot of these settler kills. A's just pushing over here. Destroyed a house, as we can see. No need to fit. What? There's 2 musketeers trapped in here. So I guess the only thing you can do with them is siege the town center. But he's going to lose them. That's 200 resources wasted from, I don't know. Okay, so we see these crossbowmen now coming in. Obviously, there's a dead Ulan there, so I guess he knows they're there. I didn't spot that. But obviously, these settlers obviously 10 hand attack. Probably went into hand attack with the Ulan and killed it. Obviously, if you can get them all in hand attack, that's quite nice. And when 1 cav just comes along, you really can do that. It's just better than walking off to your town center, because you probably lose 1 walking to your town center anyway. So why not just fight and lose 1 there instead and kill the cavalry as well? And that way you don't have to walk back. Okay, so we see the Explorer in hand mode. Don't know if that's intentional, but 5 musks is better than about 6 crossbowmen, 7 crossbowmen. A lot, even though crossbowmen are a better unit counter. But obviously, musketeers are stronger than crossbowmen individually. That Explorer, obviously, as I said earlier, keeping them in hand mode, keeping them from running away very easily. But obviously, these 2 Ulans turned up, plus some more crossbowmen. So the loser in this fight really was blue. That musketeer still sieging. Guess red hasn't bothered putting any settlers in the town. It should really do that. See 20 siege damage coming out each time. Be nice to get rid of that. A still collecting food here. Not convinced to see the best place. It's rather funny though. Okay, so this is, there we go. Fang the tame coyote, which he collected earlier. That treasure. Obviously that's now dead, but hey.
User joined your channel.
I am recording at the moment.
User was moved out of your channel.
Okay, so just massing crossbowmen over here by the looks of it. Unsure if he's got any intentions of aging anytime soon. I haven't looked at their decks yet, so whilst there's not a lot going on, I shall have a look at that. There we are, German deck. Okay, it looks like a fast fortress deck. I imagine he was intending to tower rush, obviously, do a little bit of early damage and then transition into a fast fortress, a semi-FF. Obviously that 700 coin would come a little bit later and then we'd see the age up. Haven't seen the 700 coin yet, but when it does arrive, he's got a lot of fortress cards lined up, so we'll see maybe an FF later in the game. Obviously blue still pumping out these manas, I imagine. We see a lot of them on the map. I'm not going to count them. Might be a nice time to look at the villager graph. Obviously people have been raiding constantly. It'd be interesting to see where these economies are at, but the score is 101 to A's and 85 to red. Obviously red just shipped a shipment here. Doppel and Soddener's worth 200 resources each there, plus 2 Alans. So each DOP is in theory worth 2 score points overall, so that's 246. Plus these Ulan, which are worth 1.5 score each, so that's 3, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 points extra just from one shipment there. And A's is going to lose these, well, at least, yeah, 2 of those musks. I imagine these 2 will get away. Just taking 1 crossbowman shot there. I think they're safe. 2 crossbowman shots, but I think they're now safe. Obviously they're going to, the red knows he can't catch them. The DOPs are now turning behind. We see more crossbowmen over here. A few more raids here. Might get that last settler, and after that, there we are. Ooh. No, there. Say settler is safe. Okay, just so before anything really starts to happen here, let's take a look at this settler graph again. Villager population here. So blue now winning 39 settlers to red's 34. So blue's economy is obviously now a bit stronger, or has the potential to grow more. Obviously the score difference is only 7 points, which really isn't anything. I mean, that is 700 resources, but yeah, that takes...
Blue's now taking out the tower for base.
Oh, I see. Okay, over here, obviously A split his units, but I didn't notice that. We've got a few units going towards the town centre there, and as my Matisse just said, we see blue use some crossbowmen and some musketeers there just to really harass him in 2 different places and really keep the pressure up. Obviously he's not going to come into any like full-on contact with red's military. Trying to keep red's military moving around, I think. Obviously there's a lot of crossbowmen there. It's going to overpower the British. Obviously there's now 116 score points to 99, but
Blue also got camp.
Yeah, 5 hussars here. Where is that stable? Okay, so these DOPs doing some raiding. It's fairly interesting. DOPs with the nice area damage there. We see the stable though. Some 5 hussars. Just going to get as many shots here as we can, because it is so inefficient for crossbowmen to fight cavalry, and cavalry are so good at countering. These crossbowmen will win against these 3 cav, but in terms of cost effectiveness, I think it's going to be about even at least. I think it's about even. I don't know, actually, there was quite a few crossbowmen there. So perhaps I'm wrong, perhaps it was.
I think A's now gonna get some settlers out. At the forest east of the map.
Yeah, we see, okay, so red's trying to build a stable there. But we see red obviously got a few musketeers here. Over here is the other side of his army. Red's army obviously fought some crossbowmen that popped out at the barracks is here, so that's the rest of blue's army that was on this side, but obviously the other side of his army, plus he's been making more units, bringing down more settlers. Fairly odd game. Here we say now red bringing his crossbowmen down to this coin mine. I imagine A's will lose possibly all but one of them, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's a shame there, but obviously he got a nice raid in here, which is a shame for red. It's so here we have the 700 coin shipments arrived. I think he's probably preparing now for the age up then, I guess. I don't know what he'd get, or perhaps he's stuck for shipment. Let's take a look at what he has sent. We know he sent he sent crossbowmen, he sent I think we saw the 5 Ulans there. No stable on the map. Double check.
No, there's a stable now.
What, red? Yeah, but at the time, there's a stable here. It's just been built. These obviously these settlers are worth 2 each. They're a settler wagon. You can't train them unless you get an upgrade from the home city. He's going to lose a few of them, so very obviously keeping red moving a lot here. I say we see 2 here, a few hand musketeers there, and obviously the settlers were fighting as well. We're going to see 1, perhaps 2 settler wagons. Will we see the 3rd go down? No, just now these crossbowmen coming back. Obviously, he's not going to engage there. So many crossbowmen. As I said earlier, though, it's nice for cavalry sometimes. I suppose that batch is too big, that mass there of crossbow, but so obviously going in with the rest of the army in total. The A's keep doing a lot of pressure, keeping him moving. If we take a look, in all honesty, I think where are Red's dots gone?
Red's towers.
Yeah, I guess Red wants to secure some hunt, some map control. Obviously, the hunts are being very aggressively. Like obviously, A's has the control over on this hunt. This one here, there's a manor on. I guess he could have gone for that. Obviously, another outpost going up there. Wants to secure these hunts. Also, they're next to his barracks, so obviously he can garrison in there. And there we are. They're all garrisoned now. We'll probably start to siege this. But in all honesty, I think Red's mass is stronger than Blue's. I'm not sure though, because obviously there's cavalry here. Let's take a look at military score then. That will probably give us a better indication. If we look at military unit count here, obviously Blue's mass is actually larger than Red's. Let's take a look at military score. Maybe that will tell us something different. Not sure how this is calculated, but Blue's is a lot higher. So actually, Blue has the stronger army here. But I was wrong. Crossbowmen are good, but they're only 80 resources each, whereas your musketeer is 100 resources each. Your cavalry's 200 there. Another outpost going up next to some more hunts. Starting to bring down these settlers. Even more settlers coming out of the game. Very tragic losses for Blue. These Ulans here having a hard time against A's cav. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, just this stable. I guess he's pumping out quite a lot of. Here we are, calling GG. So this is a colonial game then. No Fortress Age is involved. A lot of high ranks like to take it to the Fortress Age quite soon, but I guess this is entirely colonial, so fairly interesting game in my opinion. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up. That'd be really appreciated. If you have any questions at all, then the best place for me really is Twitter. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and do subscribe for more. And if you're interested in joining Nation of Warriors, then get in contact or click the link in the description of this video to apply on our forums.